Hi everyone, my name is Emily. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I did have a few comments on TikTok saying they would love to see a bookshelf tour, so I thought I would give you a longer version on here and then maybe do a shorter version over my TikTok. Cosplay era! It holds a kind of special place in my heart a little bit. We start the Colleen Hoover books. It's kind of getting Harry Potter a little bit. So I thought I'd do it shelf by shelf. So taking you over to a different angle. So I'm going to do my first shelf, which has a lot of my, it kind of goes like fantasy on one side and then like romance on the other. So fantasy is my favorite side, obviously. And also I read a lot on my Kindle, just putting that out there. So a lot of the books that I've actually read aren't in my physical bookshelf. Because I do live in New Zealand and we don't always get all of the books that people read online. So to start off with, I have the Cool Prince series. So I have the first main trilogy, and then I have one of the, and then I have Stolen Heir, which is, I actually haven't read that. I've read the first three, but I have not read any of the other books. They were good, they were just really political for me, so I just didn't love them that much. Then I have my favorite series ever, which is by the same author as Shatter Me, which is pretty cool. And also her husband, by the way, wrote Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. That's a tongue twister. But I am going to buy the fourth one that's come out that I really, really want. By the way, I read a lot of fantasy. Can we just talk about the fact that these books have actually got cute covers? Like, are you joking me? That's actually cute. Whereas all these black and dark red fantasy books just make me sad sometimes. Is that just me, or am I just being delusional? Don't know. Then the next series that I've got is the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. So I've read Powerless, Powerful, Reckless, and Fearless. I'm so sorry, but I DNF'd it. I got bored. I got into a book slump and I just didn't pick it up again. So I need to pick that back up again, and then I need to read the final novella. Then I can finally be done with that series. Yeah. Then, of course, I've got my Called Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas, and mine are really sun damaged. Let me just show you this. Also, this was from my cosplay era. Cosplay era! Yay! But these are so terribly sun damaged, I kind of want to replace them, to be perfectly honest. Because this is the normal colour, like orangey colour of the OG covers of this book. That is what that side is. That's yellow. Hello. And then I also have the OG cover of the bigger version of it. I tabbed it. Is it satisfying? That surely can't be satisfying. Anyway, and I once, funnily enough, had a teacher ask me how I tab my books, because there's like over 1,000 tabs in here. Someone count them for me and then come back to me. And they all mean a different thing. I think a couple of them will be character ones, and then red is like spicy ones, and then one will be quotes probably. Then this series, which is These Violent Delights series by Chloe Gong, she originally was a New Zealander. I read those two. I liked them. They were pretty good. I have not read Fat Lady Fortune, but can we just talk about the one after that is like this big? Not even that, and it's like $30. Excuse me? That's not happening. That's not happening. Okay, I thought I would show you my second shelf, which I'm going this horizontally because the one underneath that other shelf was like my special box. We will do that in a second. But this is now the start of romance. They kind of originally were in color order, color coordination, color order, whatever the hell that you say it. But it kind of got ruined, to be perfectly honest. So let's do romance. Okay, that's not a romance, but I have a signed copy. This is the signed copy of this, which is pretty cool. I bought it in a Melbourne market, which is cute. This one, Midnight Library, also not really a romance. I'm sorry if you can't see me anymore, but I'm sitting down. My knees hurt. The Midnight Library, such an amazing book. Like, you must read this book. I did a review on this on Goodreads, so go read that. And then I've got the 2 duology by Tessa Bailey of It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, Sinker. I don't know what to tell you. They're okay. They're not amazing. But I'm not really I used to be really into romance. Now I'm not so much, especially like kind of like small town romances I find kind of stupid sometimes. I'm so sorry. And then I haven't read this by Ellie Hazelwood, which is Love on the Brain. Have not read it, but I did read The Love Hypothesis when I originally started to get into TikTok books, so I might read that. Who knows? We haven't decided yet. And then I've got the American Roommate Experiment by Eleanor Armas, however you pronounce it. And then I also had The So Much Love Deception, which is just the iconic TikTok book, let's be honest. They're not great, but you know, whatever. Then I have this, which I haven't read yet, which was a present by my friend, which is Should I Tell You? It's another romance novel. I had actually seen this in the bookstore I worked at previously, so I want to read that eventually. We will get there. And then The Kiss Quotient, which he is an escort in that. He's an escort in that, and then she's on the spectrum of autism, and she's such a really cool character, and so is he, to be perfectly honest. But crazy book, to be crazy book. I don't know how I got through that, to be honest. And then You Reach Sam, super sad. Everyone talks about that in the early days of TikTok book talk. It is sad. There's nothing really to tell you about that. Then The Fine Print, which I haven't got the other ones, but that was a present. And I do want to read that. Like, I asked you guys on here on my shorts if I should read that. And if you said yes, that's what I might do. And then we start
the Colleen Hoover books.
PSA, I don't love Colleen Hoover. I'm not reading any more of her books. I've read the few that I have read prior to knowing all of this when I first started reading TikTok books. Okay, so where does it end with us? Hello? Oh, because I hated it so much I put it down here, but I'll just say now. And that is, it ends with us. I tabbed it. I liked it originally. The movie sucks. Then I've got Colleen Hoover, All Your Perfects. It's said to be sad, but I'm not sure I want to read it. I'm not sure I'm a Colleen Hoover girl. I don't think I ever will be. I have never really liked any of her books. Okay. Then I've got It Starts With Us, Ugly Love, crazy, horrible book. And then we go on to other ones. Let's just bypass those two. Then we've got One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Oh, we have a casualty. Sorry, my knees are hurting again. Casey McQuiston. Red Wine Royal Blue, again, super sun damaged, but alas. If the Shoe Fits, this is about a reality TV show. A girl from a reality TV show. It's like a Cinderella retelling. It's kind of good. Kind of slayed. The Hating Game. I hated it. Yeah. I got that from a bookstore that I went and saw their opening, which is pretty cool. They gave us that, which is super sweet. Then I've got Wildfire and... where's the other one gone? Icebreaker is in here somewhere. Maybe I gave it to somebody, I'm not sure. But then I also have Daydream, which I do want to read as well. I'm going to restart those, I fear. I will. Then Fool's Boys, which is a Penelope Douglas book, which is the same person as Punk 50. What is it? Punk 55 or Punk something? Yeah. Oh my gosh, From the Cook with Love. Now this is an author I absolutely love, and I would recommend to literally anyone. I love this book so much, and her books are just so good. Okay, and the next three are The Housemaid, The Housemaid's Secret, and The Housemaid is Watching. I've got all three. I've only read one, but I got given that for Valentine's Day, and I got given that by my girlfriend's dad, I think. Or was the other round? But yeah, I want to read those two. I loved the first one. I did a really good video. Really funny video on the first one. It was hilarious in my opinion. Okay, so the next shelf is like my special book shelf. So I've got the two hardcovers of Vow of Thieves and Dance of Thieves. So they're in the other order. So stupid. But it's got the colourful mat on the inside, and it's just a hardcover. There's no specialness to the actual book. But I loved these two, which is why I kind of wanted to get the hardcover. I read these as hardcover, which is crazy to me because I wouldn't normally do that. But yeah, colourful map, and this one's red, the other one's blue, which is ironic since it's the other way around. But yeah, so I loved those books. They were so good. She's written definitely more because when I went to New York, I went to Barnes & Noble, and they had more of the author. So I might go on a little quiz and see what else is out there. And then I've got this candle, which a friend got me actually. Country House Orange Blossom, Gardenia and Jasmine. Bougie Perfume. Hello. Love it. Smells super nice, and it kind of fits the vibe of like the fantasy, I feel. Then I've got this one, which I found in Kmart, which is The Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say your name. And I think they're coming out with another one, which is pretty cool, and it's a romance novel about Queen Clarion and what's his name? Mallory. King Mallory. And it's their romance. There's another one as well that I might also have to see if I can find. I haven't read it yet, but I want to. It's pretty cute. Pretty, like a light read, I'm assuming. It's nothing that's too crazy, but I want to give this a go. I really do. And it's beautiful. Like the cover, so stunning. That, and then that on the bind, and then her at the front with the blue sprayed edges. Super beautiful. Then I've got this book, which is relatively new. I'm so sorry. Is it Catabasis? I don't know how to say it. I'm so sorry, but it is a romance novel, I believe, and I got it for Valentine's Day. It's a hardcover, and these sprayed edges, stunning. The back of it says, "Alice Law, you naughty girl, you're trying to go to hell." Lovely. Down my alley. But yeah, it's stunning. And look at that. Look at the cover. Beautiful. I will read this. I'm actually pretty excited to read this. Book jackets always need a little tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, I'm going to just take this down so I can get in here. The next two are big hardcover, like picture books of Harry Potter books. Now, we don't condone J.K. Rowling, but I was the 12-year-old girl who was obsessed with Harry Potter. Okay, and I still am to this day, so no judgment there. And I will say these books are beautiful. Why? They're also pretty damn heavy, but like they are stunning. And I would love to keep them for my children to read them, just to read them, these books. They're pretty beautiful. I've got Philosopher's Stone, and then I also have Prisoner of Azkaban, which I know that's kind of an odd two to have, but yeah, I have two. And the next two I bought myself. So I did just show you guys this one, which is my favorite book series, which is the Place of Prisoners series by Raven Kennedy. I bought this in Melbourne as well, and it's got black sprayed edges, and it's got just like the most beautiful, like, stunning. And the gold, oh my gosh. This series made me fall in love with fantasy, and I will always be grateful for this author for introducing me to such wonder and just love for this genre. So I love this one. It holds a kind of a special place in my heart a little bit. So she's beautiful. Then I have this, which I actually bought in New York, which is The Cruel Prince. And it has this like, ooh, ASMR on ASMR is beautiful. Then I have this beautiful cover of The Cruel Prince. It's actually velvet. I don't know if you can see that, but it is velvet with The Cruel Prince on the bind with black sprayed edges, and it is just stunning. Like, are you joking me? This is like my first ever beautiful. This is my first probably ever special edition book I ever bought for myself, and I love her so much. She is so stunning to me, and yeah, I love her so much. She is beautiful. She is Grace. She is beautiful. So I'm gonna start putting these back before we get in to the ones I know you can all see. Everything is so heavy when it comes to hardcover books. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna come this side actually. Okay, so this isn't really a special edition, it's just like a normal edition of this book, but actually the smaller version. We only got these covers of them originally in New Zealand, but I went to the Rebecca Yarros event in New Zealand and I got mine signed, which is why she's in the special edition area, because she's special edition in my heart. And I just think that's so crazy that I have a Rebecca Yarros signed book in my bookcase. So she'll always be in my heart forever and always. I love this series so much. My thoughts on this series, I can make a thought on like books that I've read previously, because I have a lot of thoughts about this book and this series just in general. Then of course I have the Fourth Wing sprayed edge, and look at the inside of this book. This is also the one with the extra chapter. So just a normal black hardcover, and then in the inside you've got like dragon ripped pages. I love it. And then we've got that again at the back. It's kind of giving Harry Potter a little bit. Super cute. Just going to beautifully place that back in its book jacket. Okay, and then I just have the normal Iron Flame one. I Well, I did want an Onyx Storm one, but I haven't found one that I like just yet. So at the moment, I just have the 2 Fourth Wings and then the 1 Iron Flame. Okay, moving on to the shelf here, I have the 2 first books of the Ashes of Thesma. I haven't read Legends of Thesma yet, but I know you're supposed to read that first, but I did not know that, so yeah. We're currently reading the 3rd one, so I will tell you guys how that goes. Then I've got this little garden house that I built. It lights up normally, but the batteries have run out. But it's like a little oasis in the middle of your bookcase. Super cute. I have another one as well. Then I have the Hunger Games books. So I have Sunrise and the Reaping, The Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, and the 3 iconic, just normal trilogy of the Hunger Games. And then I have Lessons in Chemistry. I did read this. So very sad. Just letting everyone know that. And then I have the entire Throne of Glass series that I haven't read yet because it scares me, because there's how many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. Are you joking me? And I'm kind of scared of larger books, to be honest. And then I have my Kindle, which I am still designing. I did a little Kindle updates in the last video, and I'm continuing on with that very soon. But this is my Kindle at the moment. Yay. And then I had this little cover that I talked about in my Christmas haul. It's actually from pajamas, but I use it for when I'm going away for my books and my Kindle and stuff in this little bag. So I just keep that right on top. This is my last shelf, which is again another kind of miscellaneous. I've got another Cherry J Maas book, The House of Earth and Blood. It's the Crescent City series. I also DNF'd this book, it's why it's down here. Then I've got all of the, what is this called again? Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, which I read all of those. And then I've got the first book of the Game of Thrones series. Then, probably can't see me, but that's okay. Then I've got a jar, my TBR jar, so like I'll pick out. Oh, it's like tarot cards. I'll pick out a book. This is from Verity, and I have to read it. I'm not going to read that right now because I'm reading one already. But that's kind of the gist of the TBR jar. And then I have this thing, which is a stamp, which like stamps your books. You can like stamp it with whatever you want. This one obviously says from the library of my name. Super cute, and it comes with little stamps with it. This I got in Sydney. It's a date with a book. This one was actually pretty cool. It's spicy, romancy, magic, and magical creatures, prince and commoner for fans of Rebecca Yarros. Whoa. And an author I hadn't actually heard of at the time. And it was such a fun idea that I wanted to get one. And then they have the Shadow Me series, which again is great. I haven't read any of the novellas, so don't judge me on that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just a really quick and easy video to give you guys an insight of what my bookcase looks like. It changes on a daily basis, to be perfectly honest. But I'm going to start going through this and see what books that I possibly will get rid of. Crazy, I know. But that's why I wanted to film this before I got rid of any books. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and leave a comment and leave a like. And please also follow my TikTok account. And I'm also on Lemonade, Google, Goodreads, Pinterest, but not really. And I've also got another Instagram as well. But everything will be linked below. So please go follow over there and please say hi. And you come from YouTube. I would really appreciate that. And hope you guys have a great day. So bye for now.